Well, hello. I know this is something new for me, and I've never done I've started to do this new thing where it's something part of life that women go through. So I wanted to break it down in little bite pieces. I know when I started doing my research, I found out so much and that I wanted to share with you. So before we jump all into everything of the madness of it all, let's start with a little advertisement and then we'll jump into the lesson. Tonight's sponsor is $5 Jewelry Paradise, where your independent consultant is Terry Donald. Now, I have the link for all the information down below, so when you go, tell her Stephanie sent you. While we're here, don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up. Also, comment and share my content. Now, under Creatively Miss Me, I have 3 channels. My main channel is Creatively Miss Me, Decorating on the Budget. My second channel is Creatively Miss Me, YouTube Tips and More. And the third is Creatively Miss Me, Healthy Tips and More. Also, you can follow me on my social media accounts. I hope you like what you see and you'll subscribe to one of my channels and my social media. Now let's jump back into the show. So now that we have all the advertisement out of the way, then we're going to jump into tonight's lesson. I hope it's beneficial and it helps you out. Okay, today we're going to talk about understanding what to expect as a premenopausal woman. So if you want to find out more, you know what to do. Stick around. Hello everyone, I am Stephanie of Creatively Miss Me, Healthy Tips and More. And today we're going to jump back into the whole thing of menopause. Are you curious about what changes to expect as you enter premenopausal phase? As we age, our bodies undergo a series of changes that can be both confusing and overwhelming. Premenopause, also known as premenopause, is a transitional phase that can last anywhere from 2 to 10 years before menopause. During this time, hormonal levels fluctuate, leading to a range of physical and emotional symptoms. It's a natural part of life, but it affects every woman differently. Hormonal changes are at the forefront of premenopause. As estrogen levels rise and fall, women may experience mood swings, irritability, and anxiety. These emotional shifts can be intense and unpredictable, making daily life challenging. Physical symptoms like breast tenderness, bloating, and fatigue are also common. Mood swings can be particularly tough to deal with. One minute you're feeling fine, the next minute you're overcome with emotions. It's essential to remember that these mood swings are not just in your head. They're a real response to the hormonal changes happening in your body. In addition to emotional and physical symptoms, premenopause can also affect your relationships. You might find yourself feeling short tempered with your loved ones or withdrawing from social activities. It's very important to communicate openly with those around you about what you're going through. Some women may experience heavier or lighter periods, and the timing between periods may become irregular. These changes can be unsettling, but there's a normal part to the premenopausal journey. Hot flashes are one of the most recognized symptoms for premenopause. These sudden feelings of heat can be intense and uncomfortable. Sleeping disturbance are another common complaint, with many women finding it difficult to fall asleep or stay asleep through the night. Emotional changes like increased anxiety or depression can also occur. For example, Some women might find themselves feeling overwhelmed by tasks that previously seemed manageable. Understanding these changes is crucial. By recognizing the signs and the symptoms of premenopause, you can better navigate this phase of your life. It's not just about managing symptoms, it's about taking control of your health and well being. In my opinion, having a supportive network of friends, family, or a healthcare provider can make a huge difference. They can offer guidance, support, and reassurance as you navigate these changes. To summarize, premenopause is a natural phase of life that brings about a range of physical and emotional changes. But understanding what to expect, you can take steps to manage your symptoms and improve your quality of life. Now, if you're going through premenopause, I want to hear from you. Share your experience in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any tips that you think that would be helpful to other women, please share them in the comment section below. We are all here to help each other go through this part of life. If you're interested in learning more, check out the other videos in this series. The links will be below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it, and hit subscribe and the notification button so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Also, follow me on my other social media accounts. I'll have them listed. I would love for you to join me and become part of the family. So let's stop chatting and let's get into the comment section.
Now, this is a little, I want to say, an intro talking about premenopause. Now, doing my research, I found out about 34 symptoms. So, what I plan to do is today we talked about premenopause, and then next week I'll do an episode on menopause. And then after that, we'll start breaking down, we'll list the 34, and then we'll break down each one of the 34 to get an understanding of what they are, and maybe throw in some ideas of how you can get, relief or help with one of the 34. I was overwhelmed when I saw there were 34 symptoms. 34. All right. And a majority of the ones that they have listed on the 34, I want to say I've gone through maybe half or more than that of the 34 that I found out about. So this is just something I want to throw in on this channel on healthy tips and more, because it's more about women's health. And I want to talk about the women's health. I want to talk about diabetes 2, type 2. And also we're going to talk a little bit about the vitiligo. So this is going to be more of the healthy issues that we're going to talk about. And my goal is to try to do an episode on Wednesdays for about menopause or about weight loss um or to talk about vitiligo. Everything is going to be, more prone to women's health. Now, with it being 34 that I found, we're already seeing now that's going to be a lot to talk about. So I'm going to try to make it where it's easy to understand, and that you'll see if you have these symptoms, if there's anything in them that can be helpful to you, because all I'm doing here is trying to help someone to understand what they're going through, because so many women don't talk about menopause or premenopause, and you don't know what to expect or what you can do to try to make things easier. When my mother was going through menopause, even my grandmother, they didn't talk about it. So you didn't know what was going on with them. And it was a lot of things that I was going through when I started menopause. To I didn't have anyone that I knew that was going through it that could talk and give me a little advice about what to do. And some women are ashamed to ask their doctors questions, especially if they have a male doctor. So hopefully when we talk about the premenopause and then jump into menopause, that something on here will help you out. And if you know anything that is not being listed or not being stated, that you could jump in on the chat and let somebody know about something that you tried going through premenopause or menopause. Now, I'm glad I did this show tonight. I was a little iffy about it and I didn't know if I was going to go through with it, but I'm glad I did. I already have two more episodes ready to go, and I'm working on the other ones later on this week. So I hope this was informative to you. It just touched on the basis of it, but we're going to go through this step by step together so we can help each other understand and be able to deal with menopause and premenopause. So I will see you next week. And Monday through Friday, I go walking in the morning. So I do record those vlogs of me walking, and I do talk about things that's going on. And also, I do my morning scripture on there. So maybe it will be helpful to you on the morning prayer. Now, I did look in my book here, Prayers to Avail Much, about things on menopause, but it has scriptures on victory over depression, over fear, over discouragement, feeling of rejection. So, any of these things that I feel that are helpful to you, I will try to make sure that I list these scriptures in the description box. So, um, starting next week, that's what I'm going to attempt to do, to list anything in these books that pertain to menopause. So, hopefully, you can tell a friend and they can tell a friend, and we can get this chat going on premenopause and menopause so that women won't be in the dark and be quiet about what they're going through and wondering if they're losing their minds, because it was a story of a woman who didn't tell anyone she was going through menopause, and she really thought that she was losing her mind. And I thought, okay, if this woman thinks that she's losing her mind going through menopause, what are the other women out here thinking? Or they're thinking they're losing their mind? So with that being said, I will see you guys next week at 5:45 p.m. on a Wednesday, and we can jump into menopause. So thank you for coming. I want to thank you in the replay that watched the replay. You always do a girl good in the replay. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment to let me know you were here. And as always, you be blessed.